And that is Die in Your Arms by Justin Bieber.
Dang.
On his new album, Believe.
I really, really, really like that song.
Yo,
is
the
it
song,
wrong? That's kind of Is loving that song wrong?
Nah, as long as you can die in your arms with it, it's cool.
Because I don't want to be right if it's wrong.
Nah, but right now, let's get into this exclusive interview with the producer of that very track.
Yes.
Right now, the Bull. Yo, first of all, let me give you a little brief introduction real quick.
Yes.
Platinum producer.
Yes.
Signed to Darkchild.
And?
From the Berg.
And?
That's from PA.
A.
So you know he's a Penn State fan.
Yes.
As well as the producer for Justin Bieber's single, Die in Your Arms.
Right.
Other artists include Christina Aguilera. Who else?
Meek Mill.
Who else?
Freakway.
Who else?
Freeway.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Donis.
And?
I think he's working with T.I., Wiz, Nas right now.
All of them. Hey, yo. Dennis, my man Aganee, you on the line right now, sir?
Yo, I'm here, family. What's good with y'all, man?
Hey.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm real good, man. I'm blessed, bro. What's good with y'all, man?
Yo, everything's awesome, man. First of all, it's a complete honor to have you on the show right now.
Yes.
Can we briefly talk about the interaction and how this all happened for like 2 seconds?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I mean, you know, being signed with Darkchild, first of all, man, I mean, props to Rodney, you know what I'm saying? Being signed with Darkchild, man, like, just gets you in pretty much any door, like.
True.
You gotta know that this dude has over 300 million records, so worldwide. Work with everybody from Jay-Z and Beyonce to Whitney Houston to Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Black Eyed Peas, Britney Spears. It goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? So,
wow.
You know, being in a situation like that, you know, it just opens up doors. So.
Absolutely.
That is actually so crazy, man. And you just produced the hit single Die in Your Arms by Justin Bieber. And the whole reason why this interview is happening right now is because I, a personal fan of Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying, was listening to the track and I was like, yo, this joint rocks.
Right.
And so what did I do? I tweeted about it, and what do you know?
You tweeted it. My homie Nate had actually retweeted it.
Yeah.
And I had seen it on my wall, and I'm like, okay, let me see what this is. And I'm like, oh man, he plays for Penn State.
True.
What's up? So, you know, I reached out to you, and you know, we chopped it up. And I mean, you hella cool, so you know, we we made it happen.
Yeah, man, that's what it is, man. Off the walls of Mike Wallz on the line 90.7, dog. That's how
standing here today. Did you ever think you would be producing for the names like Justin Bieber,
Christina Aguilera?
Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro, like I said before, like I tweeted this the other day. I said I always knew I'd be where I'm at right now.
True.
But, you know, I just never knew when. Like, to me, everything goes off God's time, man. Like, when he feels like it's your time, it's your time. Like, and I feel like if you have a calling for this and this is meant for you, it's going to happen. Like, nothing can stand in the way of you and your destiny.
Right, and I knew
it would happen, man. But, like, honestly, if you would have told me Justin Bieber, I wouldn't have believed it because my background is hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as you listen to the song, you can hear it's a fuse of, like, some classic, you know, some 50s retro type vibe. The Motown sound,
and that's
with
why
the
I like
classic
it.
hip hop drums. So
yeah.
Was there ever a time? That you almost actually gave up, and what got you through it and kept you going?
Honestly, man, there was a moment, man, when I was debating on just falling back from the music and just like, man, what am I going to do with my life? And like I said, man, like got that call, man, from Rodney and my manager Buzz. Shout out to Buzz.
Shout out to the homie.
Yeah, I got the call, and, you know, they're like, yo, how do you feel about moving out to L.A. and signing with Darkchild?
I mean, how does anybody supposed to feel about that? Let me ask you. I don't know.
Right. So, I mean, of course, immediately the answer is yes. Like, I didn't know how I was going to pull it off, how I was going to do it, you know what I mean, because I got 2 kids.
Right.
So, I didn't know how I was going to make it happen, but, you know, we made it happen.
So, speaking of that, like, what would you say is like your first like wow moment? Like this is actually happening. Like was it when you got the phone call? When you got to LA? Like how was your mindset?
My first wow moment, honestly, it was definitely when I got the phone call, you know what I'm saying, from Buzz and Rodney asking me about signing. And then you know what I mean, when I first landed in LA and got off the plane and hit LAX, like that was my first time ever in LA, it was just like wow, is this real? Like, nah, this is really happening.
Actually.
And then just being out there, bro, like being in the studio and stuff, like the people that I've met while I was out there, like I met Beyonce, Jay-Z, Whitney Houston, rest in peace, Kelly Clarkson, Kelly Rowland, Kevin Hart, Tatiana Ali. Like, these are all people that just came through the studio on a regular basis.
Just to chill?
To deal with Rodney, because of such of a big caliber producer that he is. Like, they would all just come through, like, on a regular basis. So being amongst those people just let me, it just was my verification. Like, yo, you've arrived. Make the best of the situation, make it happen.
Yeah.
Now or never.
And I think it's important to keep that mindset that you always know that you're going to make it through the peaks and valleys.
Right.
To get to the
you gotta stay positive. Man.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. You gotta ride. You
gotta believe.
Yes, sir.
That's a plug right there.
That's a plug.
You gotta believe.
Nah, it's interesting that we're having this conversation, man, because I was on World Star earlier today, and I saw this interview. It was like a compilation of interviews by Will Smith, and he was alluding to the fact, he was speaking on the fact that it's like you have to have a belief, and before anybody else believes it, you gotta believe it, and you can't be afraid to do everything in your power to make that happen.
Like, you can never expect somebody to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, love of self. Like, you got to love yourself first before you can love somebody else.
Exactly.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Super heavy.
Right.
Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, like, ever since I seen the movie, I was a Bieber fan. I was sold.
His drive, his determination is unmatched, bro. Like, even if you're not a fan of his music, you gotta respect his hustle and his grind.
You gotta respect the hustle.
That's what I said.
Right.
That's all I said.
You have no choice but to respect the hustle.
Gotta respect it.
He's hustling. That's good.
And I see a lot of parallels between his drive and your drive. And I just want to say, like, being early in your career and having the resume that you've had, so far, where do you see yourself going? And then, so far, what has been the highlight of, your favorite collaboration, your favorite person to work with in the studio, so forth?
Where I see myself at, I'm signed with Darkchild for a while, but I would eventually like to, have my own situation, my own label situation.
Go independent.
And do something with my hometown team. Like, I got a hometown team here in Harrisburg, Winter Circle, you know what I'm saying? WCOE,
Shout out.
Winter Circle over everything. My man Super Duper Sue, my man All Steezy, who also produces heavy for Meek Mills, Zach and James, and the rest of my squad, man.
Okay.
I mean, nothing but love for them. But, like, I would really like to see a situation for us because we work really hard, man. We work really hard at what we do. We're in the studio every day working. But as far as, like, the highlight of my career so far, I would definitely have to say Bieber is the highlight because
it would have to be, right?
When you think of the magnitude,
that's such a large
Justin
scale.
Bieber, like, there's nobody that's on Bieber's level, man.
Nobody. Like, I don't know what the rankings were. Like, when the album came out on Tuesday,
right?
He was the #1 album in 33 different countries.
Yeah, #1 in 33 countries.
That's unreal.
It's funny because I got a text from Rodney last night. I'll share it with you guys.
Oh, okay.
He had said to me, let me see it. He said, JB's Believe is aiming for this year's biggest debut on the Billboard 200 chart. His LP is on course to net the singer his best sales week yet and the biggest debut of 2012. So,
dang.
If all goes well, man, I know I'll definitely be at the Grammys this year for sure, but if all goes well, I'll be bringing one back home to PA.
Yes.
So,
that's what it's really about. Shout outs to PA. Shout outs to Harrisburg.
Man.
Yes, sir, Harrisburg.
Shout outs to the Winter Circle.
That's giving me chills here in the studio. I mean, that's crazy.